Number 1. Sergeant failed miserably after trying to escape DUI arrest. On the late night of October 16, 2020, Florida Highway Patrol Trooper Anthony Moschetto responded to a call from the Tallahassee Police Department. He quickly arrived on the spot to assist the officers in a traffic stop.
He was standing at the front of the vehicle urinating on the
As Moschetto approached the suspect, he realized that the suspect was probably under the influence. However, he also had a shocking discovery. The suspect was not an ordinary citizen, but a sergeant with the Leon County Sheriff's Office, Morgan Wysocki. After inspecting the scene, Trooper Moschetto talked to the Tallahassee Police Department officer, Jonathan Scott. Scott told Moschetto that he had located Wysocki's red 2014 Jeep SUV while being on patrol. Scott said that he initiated a traffic stop after he noticed Wysocki making a left turn at a steady red arrow. However, since there was a close relationship between the Tallahassee PD and the Leon County Sheriff's Office, Scott decided to turn the case to the Florida Patrol Police. To investigate Wysocki further, Trooper Moschetto approached his car. As he started to investigate the sergeant, Wysocki tried to escape the arrest. As Trooper Moschetto asked Wysocki whether he was driving under the influence, Sergeant Wysocki started showing him his county police badge in the hope that Moschetto would not be too harsh on him. But Trooper Moschetto was not the type of cop who would close his eyes after seeing his fellow cop breaking the law. He asked Wysocki to provide field sobriety tests if he wanted to get out of the situation. However, Wysocki was in no mood of listening to reason. While Moschetto and Scott were discussing their next step, Wysocki and his girlfriend kept asking him to hurry up because they were getting late. The couple's attitude throughout the whole traffic stop indicates that they must have been multiple traffic stops before. Seeing the sergeant's noncompliance and rude behavior, Officer Moschetto decided to arrest him. Wysocki was handcuffed and transported to the local police station while his girlfriend drove the Jeep home. The sergeant's attempt at getting out of the situation by using his privileges failed miserably. Wysocki was charged with DUI and was presented in court. When asked, Wysocki pleaded guilty to driving under the influence. Given his confession, the sergeant was sentenced to 12 months of probation with the possibility of early termination, 50 hours of community service, attending DUI school level 1, vehicle immobilization for 30 days, and a 6 months driver's license suspension. He was also fined $780. As it turned out, this wasn't the first time that he was arrested for DUI. Sergeant Wysocki had already been arrested for DUI at the age of 20. However, the only difference was in Wysocki's age. He hadn't really learned anything from his previous troubles, despite being at a higher rank of power and responsibility. Although Sergeant Wysocki caused trouble only for him, the next cop on our list became a problem for his whole department. Number 2. Wrong arrests cost the police department $200,000.
City of Scottsdale is paying the price for a costly mistake. The city is agreeing to pay $200,000 after police mistakenly arrested a woman for a hit and run nearly 3 years ago.
After a Scottsdale resident, Yesenia Garcia, went outside for relaxation, things turned out to be quite bad for her. She was arrested for a crime that she not only didn't commit, but also didn't even know about. On the night of May 24, 2020, Garcia parked her car at the Galleria Corporate Center in Old Town and went to a bar for some drinks. After having 3 drinks, Garcia returned around 11:10 p.m. and was met with a shocking sight. The windshield of her car had been damaged. Seeing her damaged property, Garcia tried to get help and notified the nearby cops about her car damage. However, she had no idea that her asking for help would turn out to be one of her biggest mistakes. While Garcia had been in the bar enjoying her drinks, Officer Kevin Adderpour of the Scottsdale Police Department received a call about a hit-and-run incident which had happened near the area where Garcia had parked her car. As soon as Officer Kevin got to know about Garcia's complaint on the police radio, he assumed that they had been successful in finding their hit-and-run suspect. Without listening to Garcia's part of the story, Officer Kevin and his colleague, Nicholas Fay, detained Garcia and started investigating her while Kevin's Bodycam recorded the whole incident. Kevin asked Garcia how many drinks she had had tonight, to which Garcia didn't give any answer. Instead, she asked the cop whether she was being detained. Officer Kevin replied, yes. Finding out about her being detained, Garcia tried to exercise her constitutional right and asked the cops if she could have an attorney.
Am I being detained?
Yes, you are detained.
Okay, well, can I get a lawyer?
No, you're not entitled to lawyer. You're under investigation.
A lawyer? Why? I didn't do anything.
However, Officer Kevin rejected her right, saying that Garcia wasn't entitled to having a lawyer as she was being investigated.
Why am I not entitled?
Garcia was then transported to the police station where she was charged with drug paraphernalia, 2 counts of DUI, and failure to stop at the scene of an accident causing injury or death. However, as soon as she was arrested, Garcia was released in a hurry. The matter had been settled for the police, but not for Garcia. After being released, she filed a lawsuit against the city, saying that the cops had violated her constitutional rights and had harassed her. Soon after Garcia filed the lawsuit, the Scottsdale Police Department started an internal investigation into Officer Kevin's conduct on the night of Garcia's arrest. The Scottsdale Police Chief, Jeff Walter, came forward and apologized to Garcia, but that apology couldn't make up for Garcia's trauma. Her attorney, Benjamin Taylor, said that the police officers didn't even bother to check the CCTV camera footage of the parking lot, which recorded Garcia's car being parked there the whole time. The CCTV also revealed the reason behind the car's broken windshield. As Garcia's car had been parked, a man was seen throwing a big rock through the windshield, which damaged it. Here, she was asking for help, and cops were busy incriminating her, Garcia's lawyer said. And how do you trust the police anymore? How do you trust and call an officer anymore when you knew what happened last time when you trusted an officer?
Said I didn't do this. That's all I could say. And I just wanted them to believe me.
Finally, a settlement was reached between Garcia and the Scottsdale Police Department after the department paid her $200,000. Although Officer Kevin arrested Garcia mistakenly, the next tyrant cop on the list, Michael O'Sullivan, tried to incriminate an innocent man. Number 3, Bodycam shows the cop planting a gun on an innocent citizen. The residents of Baltimore were shocked after news about a Baltimore Police Department officer named Michael O'Sullivan trying to plant a gun on a citizen went public.
And potentially ruining someone's life in the process.
After receiving a call about a dispute in a Baltimore neighborhood, Officer O'Sullivan and other cops arrived on the spot. They arrested 3 men, including Yusef Smith. Although 2 other men got released shortly after, Yusef Smith was kept under arrest on the charges of possessing a gun during a dispute. When presented in court, O'Sullivan testified under oath during a trial that Smith did in fact possess a gun. Officer O'Sullivan's testimony resulted in the incarceration of Yusef Smith, who is now facing multiple charges that could land him in jail for more than a decade. However, when there seemed to be no hope for Smith, Baltimore State Attorney Marilyn Mosby reviewed O'Sullivan's body cam footage and discovered a disturbing fact. Although the body cam footage showed Yusef running far away on the road and a gun laying on the ground, Officer Michael O'Sullivan testified in court that he saw Smith throwing the gun.
Michael O'Sullivan could not see what he said he saw, so he straight up lied under oath in a trial.
O'Sullivan accusing Smith of possessing a handgun could have wasted Smith's decades of life. But thanks to O'Sullivan's body cam, things didn't go that far. But while Smith didn't get convicted, he did suffer due to the wild accusation. He not only lost his job and his living place, but also had to spend months in jail while waiting for the court's hearing. After the state attorney pointed out O'Sullivan's misconduct, the Baltimore Police Department started an investigation into the officer's conduct. He was eventually charged and convicted of misconduct and was sentenced to 15 months in prison. As it is, O'Sullivan isn't the only cop who caused questions to be raised about the Baltimore Police Department's integrity. There is the case of a notorious Baltimore cop from the Gun Trace Task Force, Simon Jenkins, who along with his team of corrupt cops kept abusing and falsely arresting the residents of Baltimore, whom I have already covered in detail on this channel. All these cases of police brutality and misconduct have caused Baltimore citizens to question their trust in the Baltimore Police Department. When someone is bestowed upon qualified immunity, it becomes crucial to check their conduct from time to time, something that we don't see much happening in our country. If you want me to regularly upload these videos, please let me know by liking the video and subscribing to the channel.